Hello, my name is Gabriel Saucier, and I will speak to you today about an IP royalty calculation engine as part of the NR IP management platform. Two things you have to remember about this platform. It has two features. One is a catalog generator, where you can have evolving format, hierarchical IP views up to directory that you can import and export over firewalls. The second feature is concurrent configurable intelligent dashboards. We think that's the next generation spreadsheet technology. It has advanced XML typing for each column. And you can also embed calculations through Python script for each column of the spreadsheet. You have also enhanced calendar views and related alert feature. When a date is reached, you can send an alert to whom is concerned. Okay, so first of all, who needs third-party IP management platform? All electronic product vendors. Today, all system on chip include third-party IPs. Fabless IC vendor embedded third-party IPs in their chips. And any electronic equipment vendor uses chips, and in these chips you have system on chip and you have third-party IPs. So we could say that all the provider of electronic equipment are today concerned by this problem, which royalty at the end have had to pay to the IP provider. Of course, the fees are fixed by contract between an IP vendor and IP consumer. But a company usually has to handle a dozen of IP vendors, possibly with big IP portfolio, and using its various fee calculation. So per vendor, per category of IP, you have to apply different calculations. So it's extremely important to have automated license, maintenance, royalty fee calculation. And we take as example the royalty. They are quite complex template. So we need to carve in the platform well-defined, non-ambiguous royalty calculation procedure. And it needs hierarchical tracing. That's why it's related to a little bit to the design environment, which IP in which SoC. We should also note that if IP royalty prediction calculation is well handled, you can use it as an IP royalty prediction, and this is a must for business management. So let me show some feature of royalty calculation. First of all, you have the tracing issue. You need to have a hierarchical view. So in our platform, very commonly, you have a project or a product, and you have a sub-product, which are sometimes board, and you have devices, and you have IP. So you have to see very quickly the level of hierarchy. Also, when you have an IP description, you have a where use field, and you can have a bottom-up view of your hierarchy. At the end, the platform generates automatically what we call IP tracing sequences. That means for each IP version, in which SOC version, in which product, this version is embedded. This is important. You have to have a clear view of the set of tracing sequences, for instance, to calculate the calculation of the royalty. You will compute the contribution to the royalty for each of these sequences and then add all of them. The second point is that we have created an extensible, of course, library of royalty templates. So the list, of course, I could say is infinite, because one day you can have a new way of computing the royalty. Very common one are royalty based on instantiation, on annual capacity, multi-core extension, and. So for instance, I have an IP in a SoC, and I have entered as a royalty template annual capacity. Or for the second IP, I have entered as a royalty template with a product price percentage. So automatically, when I enter this field shows up. That means that automatically the royalty are computed. In fact, behind the column, we have inserted the Python script, which computes the royalty template. So Python script is an important aspect because it's an algorithmic description. Another point is, for instance, instantiation-based royalty. You enter in the catalog of the IP the parameters Here it's written that if the instantiation of this IP is between 1 and 3, the price per instantiation is. And this could even depend on the role of this IP in primary SOC or secondary SOC. You have a lot of variation. So this was at the IP level, and at the sum you added all this contribution. Now we look at the discount. We know that the major IP provider can have a large portfolio, so you will license and pay royalty on several IP portfolio of IPs. So you have a discount factor. When you use several IP of the same category, you will have a discount. You can use a core several times, you can use a peripheral IP several times, you can use libraries several times. So you store in the SOC description the discount per in a given category, the percentage of discount you get for peripherals, for core, and so on. So you have to tune your royalty now after the bundle discount on the SOC view. That's why it's important that your portal has a SOC view and an automatic IP view SOC view. So here it's written that this IP get a discount. It was an instantiation-based royalty calculation, and at the SOC level you have to apply a bundle discount, and you have the final royalty calculation automated. You can have the next level of discount, the product level. When you say, okay, in this, I don't know, the tablet, you have used as many boards and as many chips, you have a final discount if an IP royalty should not exceed a certain percentage of the final product price or not be below. It's called the ceiling and the floor limit. So all of this should be computed automatically and is absolutely not tractable by a guy by itself, a manager individually with his own spreadsheet. So the finance view, we spoke about royalty. You should know that this platform can also give the finance view. We say that in this platform you have several roles. If you are a finance manager, you want to see the payment and the date. Of course, there is also an engineering extension, but this is not the topic of today. So extracted from the previous royalty, the tool will automatically extract the field due to date. So this royalty has been paid at this date. And when you say, I want a calendar, automatically the tool will create a calendar view and you will get alerts. So this is extremely practical for the finance guy who will be automatically alerted when the payment has not been done. In conclusion, all electronic products are IP SoC based. They all need fast, accurate fee and especially royalty calculation engine. This requires an advanced platform because you need a hierarchical view, IP SoC product, tracing, IP tracing, and you need an extensible library of royalty templates as an example. So this is part of an innovative platform, and it's an innovative IP royalty engine. Of course, you cannot manage this if you have individually handled spreadsheet by different managers. This will not work in your company. You have to have a global shared support if you want to have a centralized IP management in your company. This platform has been proven by major accounts, and I don't think has any rival. Thank you very much.